Emma thought the night would pass like any other. The rain had been falling since late afternoon, steady and calm. The kind that usually made her feel safe inside her small Oregon home. She had finished dinner early, washed the dishes, and was about to sit down with a book when the knock came. It was sharp and unexpected, cutting through the quiet of the house. She hesitated before opening the door. Visitors were rare at that hour. When she finally turned the handle, cold air rushed in, along with a woman standing under the porch light. The woman looked tired, her coat soaked, her hair clinging to her face. Her eyes were red, but she wasn't crying. She looked like someone who had already cried too much. "My name is Lily," the woman said softly. "Is Daniel home?" The name hit Emma first, then the way Lily said Daniel's name, like it carried history. Emma felt her chest tighten but stepped aside anyway. Daniel appeared from the hallway, and the moment he saw Lily, his body went still. His face lost color, and for a second, no one spoke. The silence said more than words could. Lily broke it. She said she didn't come to cause trouble. She said she had nowhere else to go. Her voice was calm, but it shook just enough to show how hard she was holding herself together. Emma watched Daniel carefully. She could see recognition, shock, and something deeper flash across his face before he hid it. They invited Lily inside. Emma handed her a towel, then made tea without, thinking, her hands moving on habit while her mind raced. Lily sat on the edge of the couch, holding the mug with both hands, staring into the steam as if it could give her answers. Daniel stood nearby, unsure where to put himself. Lily explained that she had recently gone through a painful divorce. She had moved back to town hoping to find work, but nothing had worked out. Her savings were gone. She had remembered Daniel's kindness from years ago and, after days of doubt, had come to his door. She didn't ask to stay forever, just a little time, to help finding her feet again. Emma listened quietly. She noticed how Lily chose her words carefully, never once mentioning the past directly. But the past was there, sitting between them, heavy and unspoken. Emma knew, even before Daniel said it later, that Lily had once been someone important to him. When Daniel finally spoke, his voice was gentle. He said they could talk. He said they could figure something out. Emma watched Lily's shoulders drop slightly, like she had been holding her breath for hours. That night, Emma offered Lily the couch. It felt like the only kind thing to do. Lily thanked her again and again, her voice full of relief and embarrassment. When the house finally grew quiet, Emma lay awake beside Daniel, staring into the dark. Daniel told her the truth then. Lily was his past. Years ago, before Emma, before this life, he had loved Lily deeply. But life had pulled them in different directions, and they had ended without closure. He said he hadn't seen or spoken to her in years. He promised Emma that what he felt now was only concern, not desire. Emma believed him, but belief didn't stop her thoughts. She wondered what memories Lily carried, what emotions had returned for Daniel without warning. She wondered if inviting Lily in was kindness or a mistake she would soon regret. Still, when morning came, Emma acted normal. She made coffee. She offered Lily breakfast. She listened as Lily talked about job leads and small plans. Lily avoided looking at Daniel too long. Daniel avoided being alone with her. The house felt tense but respectful, like everyone was walking carefully across thin ice. Later that day, Emma watched from the kitchen window as Daniel helped Lily carry her bag from the car. They spoke briefly, their words low, their faces serious. There was no laughter, no touching, nothing that crossed the line. But Emma felt something stir inside her anyway. Not anger, not fear, something closer to awareness. She realized that love did not erase the past. It only learned to live. Beside it, that night as Emma turned off the lights, she understood one thing clearly. Letting Lily stay was not just about helping a stranger. It was about trust, courage, and facing something she could not control. And as the rain returned softly outside, Emma knew this was only the beginning. The days after Lily moved in passed quickly, but the air inside the house felt heavy. Emma noticed every small sound now: the creak of the floor, the pause before a reply, the way voices lowered when rooms changed. Nothing was openly wrong, yet everything felt different. She kept reminding herself that kindness had a cost, and this was part of it. Lily settled into a quiet routine. She woke early, cleaned the kitchen, and left the house to search for work. She came back tired often, smiling politely, sometimes disappointed. She never complained. That made it harder. Emma saw how carefully Lily tried not to take up space, as if she feared being noticed too much. Daniel helped in simple ways. He reviewed Lily's resume, drove her to interviews, and suggested places that might be hiring. Emma encouraged this, even when it felt uncomfortable. She told herself that helping someone rebuild their life was not a threat to her marriage. Still, she watched closely, not because she didn't trust Daniel, but because she needed to understand what was happening around her. One evening, Emma returned home earlier than expected and heard voices in the living room. Daniel and Lily were talking. The moment they noticed her, the conversation stopped. The silence felt louder than any argument. Lily quickly stood and excused herself, heading to her room with a soft apology. Daniel explained they were just discussing a job lead. Emma nodded, but the pause stayed with her. Later that night, Emma lay awake, thinking about how easy it would be for old emotions to return. Shared history had weight. She wondered if love ever truly faded or if it only waited for the right moment to resurface. These thoughts scared her, but she did not let them turn into accusations. The next afternoon, Emma found Lily sitting alone. In the backyard, her face buried in her hands. Lily didn't notice Emma at first. When she did, she quickly wiped her eyes and tried to smile. Emma sat beside her without asking questions. After a long silence, Lily spoke. She said she felt like a guest who had stayed too long. She said every night she worried about causing damage she could never repair. She admitted that seeing Daniel again had reopened old wounds, but also reminded her of mistakes she could never undo. Her voice was calm, but her hands trembled. Emma listened carefully. She realized Lily wasn't trying to take anything. She was trying to survive. Emma told her the truth that trust wasn't easy, but it was necessary. She said the past mattered, but it didn't control the present. Lily nodded, grateful but unsure. From that moment, Emma changed her approach. Instead of watching from a distance, she became part of the process. She helped Lily prepare for interviews, shared contacts, and even practiced questions with her. She made sure Daniel was never the only support Lily had. This wasn't control. It was balance. Still, emotions moved in quiet ways. Daniel grew. Thoughtful, sometimes distant, not from guilt but reflection. Emma noticed how helping Lily had forced him to face who he once was. One night, he admitted that seeing Lily reminded him of choices he had made and paths he didn't take. He said it didn't make him unhappy, but it made him think. Emma appreciated his honesty. She told him that marriage didn't mean pretending the past never existed. It meant choosing each other even when memories returned. Daniel held her hand and promised that his life was here, not behind him. As weeks passed, Lily received more interview calls. She smiled more often. The house slowly relaxed. Yet Emma understood that something important was happening beneath the surface. This was not just about helping Lily find a job. It was about learning how love, trust, and empathy could exist without fear. One evening, Lily announced she had an interview in Seattle. It was a real opportunity, the kind that could change everything. The room fell quiet. Emma felt relief mixed with sadness. Daniel looked proud but distant. That night, Emma stood alone in the kitchen, thinking about how much she had learned in such a short time. She realized that watching did not always mean waiting for something bad to happen. Sometimes it meant standing strong while life tested your heart. And as the days moved forward, Emma knew the hardest choice was still ahead for all of them.